A long time and a lot of hard work over the years to develop such a complex at such a rough time with various needs so hard to come by, and I think it is a privilege for me as, well, I'm nearly a citizen of Newbridge now, but being in the opposition camp for so many years, it's a privilege for me to be asked to do the honours here this afternoon and invite these distinguished guests. First of all, I would like to introduce a man who's been associated with the club since its origin. That is a man who has played in the early days and gave his all on the pitch, and I think he'd be especially privileged to give a few words to you now. He is the chairman of Newbridge Town, Jimmy Fagan.
Thanks very much, Steffi. I asked Jimmy actually to write out a few words for me, and he came up with this. So I may read it out now.
Well done, Jim.
Jimmy says I have a bad memory. Reverend Fathers, Minister, Senator, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. It's my great pleasure as Chairman of Newbridge Town Football Club to welcome you all here today on this very special occasion in the history of our club. Today is the culmination of 16 years' hard work that sees the fulfilment of all our dreams. There are so many people I would like to thank individually, but the list is endless. To those that I do not mention, I simply say thank you. I would like to start by thanking the Minister, Mr. Alan Dukes, for accepting our invitation to open our new grounds and complex at the 11th hour. We are delighted and honoured to have the Minister for Finance here today to perform the opening ceremony. To Mr. John Farrell, the President of the Leinster Junior League, for all his help and assistance he has given us since our formation. To Mr. Louis Kilcoyne for accepting our invitation to play in the official opening game. We hope the Shamrock Rovers team and officials enjoyed their first visit to Newbridge. Some months ago we first thought of the day and considered Shamrock Rovers to be all that is best in Irish football. And that if we could have them, it would be the icing on the cake. Today is a great day in the relatively short history of the Newbridge Town Football Club, as we are very proud to be opening our new ground and clubhouse. However, it is a day tinged with sadness when we recall that two great friends, Mick Egan and Barty O'Brien, who passed away so tragically during the year, will not be with us. Following the opening ceremony, we will be unveiling a plaque down at the gate to honour the memory of Mick and Barty. I would like to trail the sequence of events from the time we decided to purchase our new ground to the present day and thank the various people involved. First of all, to John Coughlin, who sold us the idea of a bond system to raise money. That's a £100 bond from 200 people. We have invited each of the bondholders today, and we will always recognise the importance of their generosity, without which we would not be here today. This finance has allowed us to purchase the ground in the first place. The next step was the levelling and seeding. To Kevin Manelli and Tom Bryan, we will say a special thanks to you for all the work which you did at a very special cost. To John White and Frank Donnelly and Tosh Sheehy of Anco Training College, Tala, for the piping and drainage. Here again, Kevin Manelli negotiated the purchase price of the pipes, and we would thank him there again. To Peter Thorne of Kildare County Council for the hundreds of loads of clay and topsoil which was transported to Curry from the Curra bypass, and I would have to say that it was literally hundreds of loads of topsoil. To Mr. Paddy Gleeson for his professional advice in the raising of the grass and the drainage that was required for that. It was this time last year when we started the development of the works here, and Mr. Paddy Kelly of Yellow Bins did a fantastic amount of work at a very nominal rate. To Anco Community Youth Training Programme, management team, and Tosh Sheehy and Joe McGrath for all their work and help and assistance. And the trainees and craftsmen displayed a great sense of commitment and proved the value of this programme. John Walsh had been a revelation and contributed enormously to having the whole show ready on time, and had the unenviable task of filling Mick Egan's place. To all our creditors and suppliers of material, we say thank you for being so patient with us. To our sponsors and for the advertisements in the Leader and the Match programme, we say a very special thank you. I'm not forgetting all our own members, supporters, draw promoters and contributors since we embarked on our major fundraising in 1981. I would like to thank my fellow committee members who have met twice weekly for the past 8 to 10 weeks and in some cases burned the midnight oil, and I would have to say it was all worthwhile at the end of the day. To all other clubs who have assisted us and in particular Mr. Ray Lopeman of Sarsfield's Gaelic Football Club, we indeed welcome Sarsfield's Gaelic Football Club offer of cutting the grass and supply of tables and chairs. I would like to think that this is the beginning of a new era of cooperation. A special word of praise must go to Tom Gordon and the Parks Department of Kildare County Council for all the shrubs and especially the memorial down at the gate. And last but not least, Mr. Michael Nolan and Mr. Michael Cunningham, who are looking after the catering and refreshments for the week. Thank you.
Next is a man who has done most for junior football in Ireland over the years, a fantastic man, and served as president of the FAI, which was jury award for the man's efforts in junior football. He is, of course, Mr. John Farrell.
Reverend Father, Mr. Chairman, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, today to me is an achievement above and beyond the ordinary imagination. While I was speaking to people in the complex inside, one man came to me and he said, "John, you never thought you'd see this day." And I called it back and I said, "I did, because I have visions too, but unfortunately I find it hard to put them into effect." And when I think of what President Kennedy said, some men dream and wonder why, and other men dream and say, why not? And I think that message should be echoed throughout the world, irrespective of what game we play or what code we have. But today I must compliment Newbridge Town Football Club and all the people in Newbridge who have supported them throughout the years. 1969 was a bad year for Ireland. It was another bad point in the history of our little country, our great country. But it also had its bright spot because it was the formation of Newbridge Town. And throughout the years, I have been closely aligned with them because I knew their visions and I knew what they wanted to achieve. And I had no doubt that they would achieve it, let me tell you that. And there are about another 10 or 12 clubs throughout the province of Leinster who will be having this day too. And I think the country, the government and the people responsible for running our country should realise that without these people, the facilities and the amenities that's provided for our young people, things would be a lot worse than they are today. And God knows they are bad. But I think somebody used the phrase there a moment ago, a new era. I hope it is. I hope it will be an example to people, and it will show people that something can be achieved if you try hard enough and work hard enough. But above all, those people who do that work need the assistance financially, they need the assistance theoretically, they need the assistance in every way to achieve it. And I think that it's our responsibility, those who are given the privilege of leading, irrespective of what sphere we are leading in, it's up to us to see that they get it. I could go on and on. I think it would be just gilding the lily, because I think that the people here have proved, and to look around, and the fact that Shamrock Rovers have even acquiesced to come down here today, and everybody has been so willing to help. All I can say is my sincere thanks to those who have done this. May they not be forgotten, and that those who are privileged to come out of them and will have the easiest task of maintaining it will remember the work that those people done. And the greatest tribute they can do to those people is to improve and maintain a magnificent facility. My sincere thanks once again to Newbridge Town Football Club, to the people of Newbridge. And I can assure you that while I'm around, they will always count on my help. It's always a privilege, and I mean a privilege, to be asked to help. So again, thank you very much, everybody concerned. Thank you.
So with that, Mr. Chairman, it gives me very great pleasure to declare this new pitch and clubhouse officially open. We've got our club, agus I got in best of you with the show.
I'd like to ask the Minister to perform just one more little exercise, and that is to just put the tape on the way into the complex.
When you're ready. Oh. He's just confused. Just drop it up. Are we ready now? No, just hold it for a second, please. Okay. Sound. There we go.
Exercise now takes us to the memorial plaques over at the entrance near the gate to two of the men who would dearly have loved to have been here, part of today's ceremony. But I'm sure they are. They're in the memories of their families and their friends and the committee who have worked with them over the last 16 years until, unfortunately, they passed away. Mick Egan and Barty O'Brien.
Ollie.
Fingers crossed, Kevin. Did you put the weight on? Worked it.
Hold it, right.
Give it a room then. Just give it a bit of room.
Perhaps before the Saxon Bead, we'd all join just sing the Lord's Prayer together to repose our soul. Our Father,
Who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Thy will be done
Thy
on
kingdom
earth
come.
as it is in heaven.
Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Eternal rest grant unto them, O Lord. May they rest in peace. May their souls, the souls of all the faithful departed, merciful God, rest in peace.